A very interesting conversation today in the area of payments. What is going to be the future of mobile payments? What is going to be the future of API based payments? What is the future of open banking and payments? And with me is a very interesting person here. She is Praveena Rai, who is the Chief Operating Officer of the National Payments Corporation of India. And she has been a veteran in the area of payments for decades together. And let us try to learn from Praveena what are the new trends that are going to take place in the marketplace and how are we poised to face the challenges in the world of payments. Praveena, welcome to Banking Frontiers in FinBusiness.
Thank you.
So Praveena, we have been seeing a lot of talk about open API and open banking, and a lot of it is getting into a reality. Now that you have a sandbox in place, which you are working with a lot of innovators, what are the new trends you are seeing in the area of open banking and open payments?
India was one of the very early markets that actually had API banking, because if you look at what UPI is all about, it is really about API banking. While the same words and terminology have not been used.
Correct.
And it's been a big success story for us, no doubt. The objective that we have and the trend that we see is that we are going to see many more services being provided on the API banking framework. The account aggregators, which the Reserve Bank of India has announced, and the entire framework around how that will get facilitated is also going to be around open banking and APIs.
Interesting. So one of the most important things in payments is frictionless payment and experience in payments. So with real-time payments coming in, you have really enhanced the experience of payment any which ways. Now in the area of real-time payments, now what are the new challenges and new solutions that you think would come, or what is the need of the hour, and what kind of new experiences are going to be generated?
So real-time payments certainly has created the world of digital and instant, right? So at least from a consumer standpoint, it may not be as relevant for a business to make a payment in the middle of the night. But I think for a consumer, wherever they are traveling, whether it is to person, pay to an individual or pay to a merchant, they are able to do that today.
Correct.
And the beauty of it is the simplicity with which they are able to, make it happen. So on one hand, there is an removal of friction that has happened. But on the other hand, there's also the whole approach of, payments being invisible. And when you take invisible, it could go all the way from, being able to make a quick, tap and go payment that could have a transit angle to it. You just tap your card or your phone into a bus or a train, and you're, ready for travel. You can do the same at a merchant outlet. And then when you take it one step further and you look at recurring payments, for payments that are small ticket and are regular, then if people don't want to be bothered about it, the recurring payment setup then really takes the whole part of making a conscious choice of payment away.
So what are the new challenges that are being seen, and how is the industry looking forward to these new challenges? What steps are being taken to make sure that the payments are much more secure in the future?
So security is the key. As you remove friction, the chance of recovering from an error, reduces. The chance of being subject to a fraudulent or an insecure situation also increases. So it's very, very important that we have a very strong risk management framework here. So one is the technology side, and I think whether it's NPCI or the banks, the entire ecosystem and industry is continuously investing on the technology side of security. Whether it is cyber security, looking at information that we hold, information that travels. However, what we realize is that the true vulnerability does not lie there. The true vulnerability today lies in the hands of the user.
What are the new trends, or how is this infrastructure going to cope up, or what is required to cope up with the future of payments, especially when in the security you are talking about frauds happening with data in transit and those kind of complications, ever-growing compliance requirements of the regulator. How do we map up or scale up the infrastructure also accordingly?
No, you're very right. The promise of a payment system to the user is about just being available, right? The trust is built by saying when I have to make a payment, I know it works. So high level of resilience, availability, ensuring the success of the actual payment is very core to what we drive. And a payment does not happen for two reasons, either awareness of the user itself being one of them, but mostly we do also find cases where these are systemic issues from an infrastructure standpoint. The growth of volumes, which have been multifold in the last few months, has put a strain on everybody's infrastructure. And I think the whole ecosystem is ramping up, be it upgradation of, servers, smarter ways to architect, technology solutions. Within NPCI, we've looked at something that we call horizontal scalability. We look at mechanisms by which it's not about just having more investments in the same kind of infrastructure, but being smarter in the way we are able to architect these solutions for the next level of growth that we see. And we also then take these ideas to the banks and the ecosystem that also needs to provide the same level of service.
Great. Thank you very much, Praveena, for a wonderful conversation. We look forward to more interesting things from you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.